Hi class, we need to take a look at example 2. And in example 2, the instructions are to solve and then also to check each of the solutions. So let me just go back to and review the actual properties. Now, when they're asking us to solve, the main idea is to keep the equality statement, which basically gets translated to whichever operation you do on one side, it has to be done to the other side. So for example, if we're talking about a subtraction, both sides of the equation, you have to subtract the same value. If you're adding, both sides need to be added the same value. If you're multiplying or dividing, then both sides of the equation need to be multiplied or divided by the same quantity. And we're assuming that we're not multiplying or dividing by 0. Now, if they're asking us to check, we just have to double check that after we evaluate the solution, we obtain a true statement. And remember that a true statement could be anything like 7 is equal to 7, 0 is equal to 0. Any value that makes a true statement, that's the check to determine if we do have in fact found the correct solution. So let's take a look at the first problem. And in this particular problem, let me just rewrite it since I'm in kind of like the corner here. So we technically have 3/4 times a is equal to 8. And what I can do here is multiply by the reciprocal in one step. So we're going to multiply times 4/3 and times 4/3. And multiplying times the reciprocal actually is going to give us the following on the left hand side. Notice that the 4's cancel, the 3's cancel, and we completely isolated the variable. So let me just rewrite it. In this situation, we're looking at the values of a is equal to, and on the right hand side, technically you have 8 divided by 1. The 8 and the 3, this is in fact the 3, are not divisible. So we're going to end up with the values of 32 over 3 as the main solution. So this is our solution. To check, we just have to evaluate. So let me just rewrite evaluate our solution, which is 32 over 3 into 3/4 of a is equal to 8. So we're just going to plug it in, and what we expect to find is a true statement. So in this case, we have the 3/4 times the 32 over 3. This is supposed to equal to 8. And on the actual left hand side, you can see that the 3's cancel. 32, you can express it as 8 times 4, and we have a 4 at the bottom, so the 4's cancel. In this case, the 4's cancel. Let me just rewrite it once more, and you end up with a is equal to 8. That's your check. In this case, we found the solution. This solution happens to be 32/3. Let me fix that too. Okay, let's take a look at example problem 2, I mean. And in this case, let me rewrite it. We technically have the equation expressed as 17 is equal to -1 times x. And to solve this one, it's sufficient to just divide both sides of the equation by -1, and we're going to end up with 17 divided by -1, or -17 is equal to x. And let me just flip it and rewrite it in standard form. So x is equal to -17. At this point, to do the check, we're going to be evaluating. So evaluate x is equal to -17, and you're plugging it in into the original equation. 17 is equal to -x. So in this case, careful with the signs because we technically are evaluating 17 is equal to negative and our solution is negative 17. And on the good news, 17 is equal to 17. The negatives cancel. Keep in mind that on the right hand side, you technically have the multiplication of two negatives, which will make a positive. In this case, that's the check. 17 is equal to 17. This confirms that x is equal to negative 17, being our solution. Let's move on to example 3. So for example 3, let me keep the x's on the left hand side. We typically like to keep the x's positive, but here let me just put them on the left, and this is because all of our solutions, we're writing them as x is equal to a is equal to, meaning in standard form or the variable equaling numbers. So in this situation, let me just subtract the 4x and then rewrite it as negative 3x minus 5 is equal to 7. And then I'll add the 5. So rewriting it will leave us with negative 3x is equal to 12. And then in our last step, we could do the division of negative 3. So our solution here, we end up with x is equal to negative 4. Once again, for the check, we're just going to plug in that value. Let me check the answer, but we're good here. So we're going to have to evaluate x is equal to negative 4 into x minus 5 is equal to 4x plus 7. And we have to be a little bit careful here because the negative 4 is going to be evaluated on both sides of the equation. So we're going to end up with a negative 4 minus 5. This is equal to 4 times negative 4 plus the 7. And on the left hand side, so careful on the left hand side, you're actually subtracting. So negative 4 minus 5, it's going to give us a negative 9. This is equal to negative 16 plus 7. Negative 9 is equal to the values of negative 9 after we add the negative 16 and the 7. And that's our check. We're verifying that we have a true statement. Now, for these problems, if you're not plugging it into the original problem, and for the original problem, I'm referring here to this step. In this case, the original problem, if there is an error throughout here and you plug it into one of the error ones, you may miss the error. So here, you always want to solve the equations, then plug in the potential solution. And I'm saying potential because we could have made a mistake into the original problem. So here, we're punching it into the original problem. If it's in fact the solution, we expect the true statement, assuming that we're looking at the cases where there is one solution. At the end of this lecture, we'll talk about alternative cases that show up on solving equations, but at the moment, all of these are going to give us a single solution. That's actually it for these 3 problems. We'll put the other ones in another video.